Hi traders, good morning. Welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris, and as always, this video takes a look at the euro dollar and pound dollar. But before we do that, just wanted to let you know about the FXDD YouTube channel. Nennet and I also add videos here about the market, about the euro dollar and others. Subscribe to get notifications about those videos when we add them. This is the euro dollar 4-hour chart, and I have been looking for a reversal for quite a long time. As you might know, I had this fib on, and I've been looking for a bounce at these fibs and looking for continuation within wave C or 3, this being 1 or A, 2 or B, and up for 3 or C. It doesn't really matter because in both cases we expect price to move up. Now, so far, price hasn't done that. It has basically gone sideways around the 78, 88.6 fib for about a week now or more. And but it has not invalidated this bottom. So the same story is valid as before. However, there's one difference. And the fact is that price has already broken above the 21 EMA. And that if it breaks again, this would be that break that I think would be very interesting. I mentioned already a couple of videos ago. So price has progressed in the sense that if it does break, we will have a second break above the 21 EMA. That has a bigger chance of starting that reversal. As I said, the first break will not have that good of odds because price has moved to the downside so much before that. So from this perspective, the reversal might be finally closer to actually taking place. All right, it's a long process. I know sometimes it takes a lot of patience before the whole structure sets itself up and is ready for kind of that move that I expect sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't happen, of course, as well. But so if we do get that break, then we will get probably that impulse, that momentum, and the reversal to the upside might finally take place. All right, so that's the break, candle close above the 21 EMA, because in that case, this could be a wave 1 on a lower degree. This could be a wave 2, and up it goes for a wave 3 with a lot of momentum. All right, so keep an eye on the trend line, but also not this trend line, but also the 21 EMA, as I said, is very important. We're looking for that breakout that could confirm it. There are some things that might make this reversal likely. First of all, there's a head and shoulders pattern, inverted head one, as you can see, and this is the neckline. So that's of course a chart pattern that increases that likelihood. Otherwise, there's also a bounce at the 88.6 fib. Well, not really, but there's a lack of break here. And if we look at the bigger picture, we're looking at a falling wedge as well, like this. There we go. And price bouncing off the bottom here of that falling wedge. There's an ABC correction, ABC correction. So there could be an ABC correction here too. So those are another 2 patterns, 3 patterns in total, or 4, I lost count. But that could confirm that bounce to the upside. Now, what if price on Monday or Tuesday were to show that candle like this that I talked about, very bearish, close near low, breaking below 111.70, closing and breaking below 111.75, with a decent size from high to low, 80 pips at the minimum, then yes, that could be a breakout, a bearish breakout, invalidating the bullish reversal I had in mind, and there could be a continuation of the downtrend on this euro dollar. Okay, in that case, I'm looking for that candle. I'm looking for the day after for some flag on the hourly chart, and I'm looking to trade the break of that flag for this downside. Pound dollar is on the weekly chart is kind of bumping into some resistance with the 144 EMA. By the way, let me take a quick look at that weekly chart, weekly candle here. More or less a doji on the euro dollar, so indicating indecision. Pound dollar doji 2 with some bigger wick at the top of the candle. It is basically running into some resistance layers here, I think, with the 144 EMA and also the tops here. So that could be a bouncing spot. And if it does break below support, we might see a continuation lower again. This could be an important support level right there, this fractal on 129.50. So if it breaks below that, this could have been a pullback within the bigger downtrend, and we could see price moving lower. Now that said, of course, as I've been mentioning already several times, Brexit news is going to impact the pound and specifically also the pound dollar. So always be on guard and be aware that Brexit news could send this in either way and impulsively. All right, now the pattern here we've been looking at was a rising wedge, and so far price has broken below that rising wedge. So and now it's going sideways. And you can see the price is basically kind of making maybe a descending wedge like this, with a flat, more or less flat bottom, and an angled resistance trend line. So let's see which side this breaks. Once again, if we get a good daily candle close below 129.50, like the euro dollar, that would be very interesting. I think the downside on the pound dollar is even more interesting than the euro dollar, in my view. So if there is a bearish break, I would be inclined to trade that break on the pound dollar, but it depends on the news events too, of course. Because if you get a good candle like this and a flag on the 1 hour chart, there's a good chance of a continuation, in my view. All right, from a technical point of view at least. That said, if price does break above this resistance at the 21 EMA of the daily chart, there's also potential for price to move up to 134 and make one more breakout to the upside. Taking a look at the 4 hour chart, we see a lot of ABC zigzags, ABC, 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 and maybe not so much here, but ABC, ABC. So a lot of zigzags. So don't be surprised that if you get momentum up, momentum down, and momentum up again to fulfill another ABC zigzag, for instance. At the moment, it's certainly at a bouncing spot. There's a lot of support, a lot of reversals that happened in this area at around 129.50, 130. So that could happen again as well. So if you see on the hourly chart, for instance, some price action pulling away here, making a pullback, that could indicate that price is going to make a bigger bounce on this lower time frame, and on the 4 hour chart to head back towards the resistance trend line that we could put on like this. There we go. So if you see on the hourly chart something like this, it could make it back to 131.50-ish, which is that resistance trend line. Maybe then make another hook back. And then it depends, you know, is it going to finally break, or is it going to make this upside break? That, to me, is 50-50 at this moment. But depends on what happens on the ground, on the chart. But so yeah, just keep an eye on price action and see what price and candles are telling us with regard to this break. But for the moment, a continuation of this wedge wouldn't be that strange, I think. And therefore, a bounce, pullback, continue back to the resistance, and then maybe back to support, and then eventually a breakout seems the most likely. All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for joining. We'll be, of course, back with the new videos this week. And if you want to check out more free material, we have articles, analysis, and our ECS start package. All of that is free. Check and take a look at elitecurrency.com for all of that. And in the meantime, good trading. Cheers.